Episode 7. B2 Level. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Daily 5 Words. I'm so glad you're here. As you know, our goal is to help you expand your vocabulary in a fun, easy way. We'll start each episode with a short, animated story that uses our 5 words for the day. After the story, we'll dive deep into each word so you can understand it and use it like a pro. Today's words are vulnerable, neglect, assertive, reliable, decline. Now, are you ready to get started? Let's jump into our first story. Before we do, if you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. The small bookstore The Book Nook was facing its last days. For many years, it had been a special part of the neighborhood, a quiet place filled with the warm smell of paper and dust. But lately, sales had started to decline quickly. Online shops and ebooks had made the once busy store into something vulnerable and forgotten. The owner, Mr. Jones, a kind man with a gentle smile, felt deeply sad. He began to neglect the store, no longer cleaning the shelves or arranging the books carefully. He felt too tired to fight a battle he thought was already lost. His granddaughter, Maya, noticed the sadness in his eyes and the emptiness in the shop. She was a marketing student and had grown up between the tall bookshelves. To her, the Book Nook was not just a business, it was like home. One afternoon, she went to her grandfather and spoke in a clear and assertive voice. "Grandpa, we can't give up. This isn't just about selling books. It's about saving a place where people feel they belong." Mr. Jones, sitting behind the counter, looked at her with tired eyes. "Maya, it's too late. The world has changed." "Then we have to change with it," she replied, showing him a notebook full of ideas. Maya was very reliable. She always kept her promises. She created a colorful social media page for the store, posting pictures of new and old books every day. She organized a community reading event, inviting local writers to speak and share their stories. She also redesigned the front window to look like a cozy living room, with a soft lamp and a comfortable chair. At first, things moved slowly. But Maya didn't give up. The community noticed her effort and started to help. People came to the events, bought books they saw online, and enjoyed the new reading corner. Soon, the store was full of laughter and conversation again. Mr. Jones watched with pride as his granddaughter gave new life to the shop. He understood that he didn't need to fight against the modern world. He just needed to adapt. The bookstore, once close to closing, was saved by Maya's reliable spirit and her assertive love for her grandfather's dream. So, as you just saw, the story was about me and my little bookstore, but don't worry, thanks to my granddaughter Maya, everything is going well here. Alright, now it's time to take a closer look at today's words. Let's start with the first one. Word number 1. Vulnerable. Part of speech, adjective. Meaning. Vulnerable means being open to harm, damage, or attack, either physically or emotionally. It can describe people, objects, or even situations that are weak, unprotected, or exposed. In an emotional sense, it often means being open about feelings, which can be both brave and risky. Example sentences. Children are often more vulnerable to illness than adults. He felt vulnerable after sharing his deepest secrets. Old buildings are vulnerable to earthquakes. Synonyms. Weak, defenseless, exposed, sensitive. Word family. Vulnerability, noun. The state of being easily harmed or affected. Example, the vulnerability of the system worried the engineers. Vulnerably, adverb in a way that shows openness to harm or attack. Example, she stood vulnerably in front of the crowd, waiting for their reaction. Common uses and phrases. Vulnerable position, a situation where one is at risk. Example, the soldiers were in a vulnerable position on the open field. Emotionally vulnerable, easily affected by emotions. Example, after the breakup, she was emotionally vulnerable. Other information for learners. In everyday English, vulnerable is often used not only for physical weakness but also for emotional openness, especially in personal or professional growth states. Word number 2. Neglect. Part of speech, verb or noun. Meaning. As a verb, neglect means to fail to give proper care, attention, or support to someone or something. As a noun, neglect refers to the state of being uncared for or ignored. It can apply to people, duties, or objects. Example sentences. She neglected her garden, and now the plants are dying. Parents must not neglect their children's education. The old house showed signs of years of neglect. Synonyms. Ignore, overlook, disregard, abandon. Word family. Negligent, adjective, careless in not paying proper attention. Example, the driver was negligent in not stopping at the red light. Negligence, noun. Failure to take proper care. Example, the fire was caused by the company's negligence. Neglected, adjective. Not given enough attention or care. Example, the neglected dog looked very thin and sad. Common uses and phrases. Neglect duties or responsibilities. Fail to do something important. Example. He was fired because he neglected his responsibilities. Fall into neglect. To be ignored or uncared for over time. Example, the old theater fell into neglect after closing in the 1980s. Other information for learners. Be careful not to confuse neglect with forget. Forget means you didn't remember, while neglect means you didn't care enough to act. I'm upset with you because you didn't like or comment. And let's not even talk about subscribing. Word number 3. Assertive. Part of speech, adjective. Meaning. Assertive means expressing your opinions, needs, or desires confidently and directly without being aggressive. It is often considered a positive quality, especially in communication and leadership. Example sentences. She was very assertive during the meeting, making her points clear. Teachers encourage students to be assertive and ask questions. Being assertive helps avoid misunderstandings. Synonyms. Confident, self-assured, firm, decisive. Word family. Assert, verb. To state a fact or belief confidently. Example, he asserted his right to speak freely. Assertion, noun. A confident and forceful statement. Example, her assertion about climate change was backed by evidence. Assertively, adverb. In a way that shows confidence and determination. Example, he spoke assertively to gain attention. Common uses and phrases. Assertive communication. Clear and respectful expression of thoughts. Example. Good leaders practice assertive communication. Be assertive in. Confidently handle a situation. Example, you must be assertive in job interviews to leave a strong impression. Other information for learners. In English-speaking cultures, being assertive is generally seen as positive, while being too passive or too aggressive may be viewed negatively. Word number 4. Reliable. Part of speech, adjective. Meaning. Reliable describes someone or something that can be trusted to do what is expected or needed. It is often used for people, machines, services, or information. Example sentences. She is a very reliable friend, you can always count on her. This car is old but still very reliable. We need a reliable source of information. Synonyms. Trustworthy, dependable, consistent, stable. Word family. Reliability, noun. The quality of being dependable and consistent. Example, the reliability of the internet connection is important for remote work. Reliably, adverb. In a way that is dependable. Example, the system works reliably, even under stress. Common uses and phrases. Reliable source. Trustworthy origin of information. Example, always check if the article comes from a reliable source. Reliable person. Someone dependable. Example, he's a reliable person who always keeps his promises. Other information for learners. Reliable is a strong complement in English. It is especially valued in friendships, work relationships, and professional contexts. Word number 5. Decline. Part of speech, verb or noun. Meaning. As a verb, decline has two common meanings. 1. To politely refuse an offer or invitation. 2. To decrease in strength, quality, or number. As a noun, decline means a gradual loss, decrease, or weakening. Example sentences. She politely declined the invitation to dinner. Sales have declined in the past year. The town has experienced a decline in population. Synonyms. Refuse. Reject. Decrease. Deteriorate. Word family. Declining, adjective becoming weaker or fewer. Example, the company is struggling with declining profits. Declined, verb and adjective form. Having refused or reduced. Example, he declined the job offer yesterday. Common uses and phrases. Decline an invitation or offer, politely refuse. Example, she had to decline the invitation because she was busy. In decline, gradually decreasing. Example. The city's economy has been in decline for years. Other information for learners. Decline is more formal and polite than say no or refuse. It is often used in business, academic, and polite conversation. Thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate your time and dedication to learning. You can find the links to download both the PDF and audio file of this episode in the description section. Try listening to the audio during your daily routine, like while commuting, walking, or relaxing. It's a great way to review the new vocabulary and improving your English skills.